Okay, let's get started on the very meat of what we have to discuss today. And basically, what I want to do is I want to start with uh, Brad's written material. So get out your mandolin masterclass, and we'll take a look starting at page 23. And let me bring that up here. Okay, there it is. Um, This is the top of page 23, and you can see that this whole section right here is the tail end of what I discussed in the last video. Just to give a recap, we were talking about the key of G, and we were wondering what chords went into the key of G, and we found that the G chord, A minor, B minor, C, D, E minor, and F sharp diminished all went with the key of G, and that was because each of those chords contains notes that are found in the G major scale, and only notes that are found in the G major scale. Okay, now let's move along to really the heart of this whole deal about why pentatonic scales are important. Let's move up to the very next paragraph right here. And this is emphasized in the text because it's probably the key point in the first 25 pages. Here is the big deal with pentatonic scales, where you can play a pentatonic scale and any of the notes in the pentatonic scale with every chord in that key. In other words, with any of these chords in the key of G, I can play the notes from the G pentatonic scale. And if I do that, it won't sound like I'm doing anything wrong. And here Brad says what that means is they are not harshly dissonant with the chords in the key. Now, I struggled with this. Frankly, I just found it hard to believe. And so Brad obviously knew that I was going to struggle with it because his next thing says, here's some proof. Here's how to prove it. And so I took him up on that. Basically, what he said is, let's imagine that we have a song and it has the following chords in it. It has a G, a C, an E minor, an A minor, and a D. And let's just imagine that the chord progression goes in that order: G, C, E minor, A minor, D, and then back to G again. Now he proposes you get a guitar player to play those, and then you start playing along with it. But basically, I'm too embarrassed to get anybody I know to play the guitar with me. So I wrote a little script in Table Edit with those chords in it, and let's take a look at that. It's right here. I didn't show the music notation because it's well, I wanted to leave some room down here so I could stick my pretty face in. But I've got a very common form of the G chord repeated 8 times in 2 measures, and then a common form of the C chord, and here's an E minor chord for 2 measures. Here's a high-voiced A minor chord, and then here's a D chop chord, and it ends up with a G chop chord. Now, all this is inconsequential. Basically, what I wanted is just a background. And so let's play this and see what it sounds like. Let me check and see how fast that's going to. Yeah, that's going to go pretty fast. So let's play it. Okay, that sounds pretty good. Now I'm going to slow it down because I've got to play something to that, and I don't want to play it that fast, so I'm going to slow it down to 80. And I'm going to go ahead and try to play the G pentatonic scale over and over again while these chords are playing. And let's hear if we hear any bad notes. All right, let me see, here's a pick. And let's see, let's review a minute. What is a G pentatonic scale? It goes something like this. Okay, and what am I going to play? I'm going to play something like this. Okay, that's my lick. I'm going to play my lick in G pentatonic. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now, I liked everything about that, except, you know, I did hear some stuff I didn't particularly like here when I was playing the D chord, but I could have got away with that if I was improvising and I threw in those G pentatonic notes while the D chord was playing. It wasn't harshly dissonant. That's what Brad says. It's not going to be harshly dissonant. Let's say that it adds a nice little frisson to the song. Okay, let's quit right there.